moments now as the teams change over, but we do have Poland taking to the list already, not wasting any time.
I think there might be a few Danish fighters in there. There seemed to be a Danish flag on the sleeves of a few of these poles.
Well, there's a club which uses that as their symbol. So it might be that, although it may be that they're using a couple of mercenaries.
They
I'm
are
not exactly sure.
Are incredibly tall fighters, so
Yeah.
likely that it could be the Danes.
Great experience also in 21 versus 21.
But it will be interesting to see, first of all, who they're up against. Yet to see them take it. Oh, it's Great Britain.
And against Great Britain,
Poland.
great tournament they've had as well.
Very interesting, as there are quite a few Polish fighters in the Great Britain team.
Oh, this is true, actually. In fact, we're looking at one right now. Pavel Kurzak of White Company. So you've got three different teams here. You've got White Company, Battle Heritage, and UK Federation. So all of them for the first time. White Company, the newest team in the UK.
But with such a small country like, I would say UK, but I think most of these groups are in mainly England.
That's right, yeah. There are fighters from Wales and Scotland.
But they probably train, I don't think Bristol.
Yeah, well, there is, of course, Battle Heritage West. They've got their team
I think
there.
just north of Bristol, there's a castle. I can't remember the name of, that they do regular events of. But meaning that they actually are quite close to one another. Only a few hours travel to be training with one another, doing regular events. So hopefully they're very, very well cohesive.
Well, we shall see. The difficulty is when you've got three different teams in the same group. This is much the same as all of the 21 versus 21. But how well do they fight together as mass? How well will UK be able to keep that line, and how effective will it be? The Polish there split up a little bit more, whereas the UK fighters, apart from one or two, are keeping quite close. And it gets started closer down one end, but the UK smashing into the Poles. Right. Hits there coming from already a weapon has been lost. You can see some halberdiers of the Polish lines waiting for a breakthrough. You can see that one UK fighter has got round the back. How effective will that be used? Unfortunately, now that fighter is being hunted down by the Polish.
Hopefully he can hold on to that list. In the center, we have a few Great Britain fighters not really engaging. One Great Britain fighter down, I think, over the top of another Great Britain fighter. So the advantage in numbers now goes to the Poles. But this is not, by any stretch of the imagination, over. The engagement is still a bit tentative in the center.
Still, you can see Poland holding that line. No hit rushes or skirmishes from the UK. There is a loose fighter, however. But you can see a great takedown there in the center of the list by the Polish. And that's the advantage they have.
A few Great Britain fighters trying to move to the other end of the list. The stragglers, unfortunately, are not coping well against these Poles.
Yeah.
But they're still a good solid line in the center.
That's right, yeah. I think numerically, yes, the Polish do have quite a considerable advantage here. However, now they're getting to some very solid UK fighters. Big shots coming down there from the halberdiers who are getting involved. And
oh, fantastic kick, sweeping out his leg underneath them. Some charges from behind. He's going to have to hold on. The Polish fighter in black hammering down on another fighter from the UK. It seems like the numbers are in the Poles' favor, but a few Poles tripping over their own fighters.
You can see there's a great takedown there with the Polacks from the UK.
Another fantastic charge at the top of the screen where the Pole jumped on the back of a UK fighter and he couldn't take the weight.
I think now it is coming down to the last few fighters. There is an advantage for Poland. However, the UK are taking the fight right to them.
And they're definitely not giving up, trying to take down as many people as possible.
Poles taking down another UK fighter, sacrificing one of their own teammates, but they do have the advantage there, so it won't make a difference. Poles charging in, and it's a big takedown there for Poland.
Just off screen at the south of the list there for you.
And it is all Poland now against the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom holding on hard, not really able to do much.
Yeah, they're forced back against the list. So they've got one fighter putting weight on them and another fighter, at least one other fighter, hacking down them with their weapons.
It is an unfortunate situation for UK, downing one of the Polish fighters. So they've at least gained a number there.
You can see there, Pavel Kurzak with three Polish fighters attacking him.
Holding on hard, not going down. Wonder if it's an aim to try and tie them out, or whether he thinks he might be able to free them out.
And that is called, I think. That appears to be it. So I guess a victory there for Poland. And a great start there for them.
UK doing fantastically, but again, the reformation of the line, I think that's the key there. Poland was able to get back their line, and a few Polish fighters choosing to sacrifice themselves and charge at the sides, running at the flank of an unaware Great Britain fighter. But that being said, they actually were able to keep themselves standing, which is really the point of a charge, is being able to take someone down and keep yourself standing. But you have to be willing to make that decision that might take you out, just to screw up a line, to mess with their heads.
There is, of course, quite a psychological game involved here. So a couple of substitutes for the UK. The Poland seemed relatively collected after that. You see how difficult it is to follow all of the action so close up when their fighters are in such large numbers. And that looks to be the Pole who won the award for, just on the left there, for the best armor.
Did he have some feathers on his hat?
Oh, well, he won the award now, so he can take them out.
No, yeah, true. We were having a discussion before that it seems to be the biggest feather competition with that armor. And that fair one to himself. He does have some beautifully prepared armor. There are some more, I think, unique sets out there, especially in the Eastern or Russo area.
Yep. So,
looks like United Kingdom is already ready. The gate not closed on the Polish side. Marshall's double checking
one
numbers.
Marshall's speaking to one of the UK fighters, but doesn't seem to be any problem where the line marshals are about to leave the list. Mike Marshall needs space to get out of the list, which he'll want to do as quickly as possible. There's still another 2 line marshals in there.
Counting the numbers from the Polish, I think they may have had
I think
one.
they may have one too many. Yeah. Oh no.
Wind picking up in Barcelona here in Spain. We can see a UK fighter actually dropping out of the arena and swapping for someone else as Gavin cracks another beverage to enjoy this spectacular fight. Marshall about to call it and then bolt his way out of the arena.
Right, it is called out. I have to put my beer down because the fight starts.
Bit of a slower fight from these two. Looking like UK again keeping some members further back.
I think those UK fighters, one changing his weapon now, but they're looking to break through those lines. However, they can't quite do it. They're now forcing the Poles marginally back.
In the center, the Poles seeming to take a bash, but not actually getting anywhere. There was a surprising success of penetration and retreat by a UK fighter. And you have to see a single fighter go down yet. Oh, no,
that's right. And there's a Polish fighter taken down now. A big advantage, and one of the UK fighters goes for breaking through the lines. However, he's now taken out right to the list by 3 Polish fighters at the back. Now you can see still that line in the middle. As UK fighters going for a trip there, and I think both of them will go out, and they do.
Unfortunately, UK losing their footing here.
Yeah.
And getting into a bit of chaos, which might mean a few fighters go down, but they're regaining that
yeah.
line. Poland looking a bit in a bit of a schmozzle.
It's very difficult for the marshals to get involved there. They can't get too close to them to make a call if they deem that one fighter is actually out. Some great movement now from the UK. I think they do have the advantage now.
Ever so slightly, yeah. Down towards the Polish end, you do have a few Poles still standing.
Oh, this is very close. We've got 3 against 1 now. I think the UK fighters are using their end the wrong way, but they have taken down that Pole. Now, capitalising on the advantage with numbers. The UK slamming down on these Polish fighters.
I got to believe that that two-handed axe is coming down heavy on that Black Knight.
Yeah, well, but
he's not dropping.
That's right. You've got. That's the thing. I don't need to have 4 fights against him, and that is called down. So I believe that will be the end of the fight. And the round goes to the UK. What a comeback! Well, much more collected there. The Poles still showing that level of aggression in the fighting.
Indeed, but the few British fighters that broke through were actually quite few. That's, as I said, few. I mean, literally 1, 2, maybe 3. So the rest kept their line. Eventually, the halberdiers from the back got engaged, but not enough, obviously, to hold that line. The Polish started to get a bit messy, as you can see in the replay here. 1 or 2 pushing through the line. but not being able to keep a consistent line up and down the field. And Great Britain taking that advantage and actually either reforming, but at the same time having those runners do a very effective job. This is anyone's fight. This is absolutely anyone's fight between these two.
That's right, yep. First one to go to the third and deciding round. Just words from the tournament captain, Lucas Koval, who is not fighting in the 21 versus 21. He's a duelist himself.
Marshall telling the Great Britain team to take a step back because they were starting a bit forward. Obviously are allowed to start up to a certain distance, but there are advantages and disadvantages to that.
And they've actually got a couple of mercenaries there, one from Moldova, who was that very aggressive duelist we saw earlier.
And hopefully this will be his speciality.
Oh, I think so. I think he'll be right at home here.
Was the Moldovan which side, Polish or?
He'll be with the UK team. You just saw the scarf there.
Oh, I do.
Okay, you can see it in the screen now. Yeah, just to the right.
Let's see if he can really let his colours shine here.
Yep.
The UK still trying to sort out maybe some team members, maybe some weapons.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's in fact they had too few fighters, in fact.
Eager, good on them for willing to go in with too few fighters, but not advisable. We have a few of these runners in the Eastern outfit standing back, maybe not wanting to put all their shield fighters on the front.
That was in fact the tactic last time, and you can see that Nikolai Malach is once again staying back. A bit more aggression from the start by the Polish team going into the UK. There's one who has broken through the line, but the UK fighters will want to take care of them as quickly as possible and get back through. Starting to penetrate the Polish lines themselves. One UK fighter taken down there. Now moving back slightly towards the sides of the list, but deep into the Polish territory of the list.
We've got a Polish member down on the north side of the field, doing a bit of a Viking tactic here, dividing and conquer like the Romans.
Down, going for some sweep tactics, some big smashes coming down on the UK fighters.
Unfortunately,
going down.
A lot of these pairs going down together.
That's right, yeah, this is too close to call at the moment.
Very even numbers. There's definitely a pole that's getting hammered behind into the enemy lines of the
yeah, you can see that. And you've got the loose fighter there who needs to be very careful for runners. I think he's going into a grapple there. As you can
now think the numbers are in the advantage of the British team.
Oh, that's a great takedown there, however, from Poland right at the back there. Very, very impressive, very athletic. However, he doesn't have a weapon, and he will not be able to retaliate. He's just got an axe now. However, UK do have the numbers. Will they be able to come back from the Polish? Smashing down on the fighters who are holding on to the list. One goes down, one left in the corner there, and you can see that Morris isn't, and it is called. UK!
Fantastic display by UK here, coming back from that first round that was a loss against them.
Stunning victory there from the UK. Looked a little nervous in the first round there, the Polish punishing them for that. Coming back in the second round and a very, very close third round. That's an amazing result for them.
There's I can see a few disappointments, some celebrations there from the English support team. When we cut to the audience, a few audience members, maybe some Polish people, a bit upset, and but